SPX's Murad. Yo, Dbloc, the stream went down. Oh, my bad. No, it didn't.
Hey, those prayers were a little bit delayed, but they've come through finally. Yeah.
Oh, them? Yeah, they're over with the prayers.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, I guess I do got my spot open, but I'm building short, so I don't know what to tell you.
You took a short?
Yeah, not on Bitcoin though. On different like mainly alts that were like pumped up like 200%.
Make some of that money back.
I'll share my screen. Here, check it out.
Mog looks like a perfect inverse head and shoulders formed.
Now you hopped in a few things. Good.
And they continue either to stay with the plan, or they said we're going to go ahead. The expectations, you know, the straight up the expectations industry. 26.
Hey, what's your leverage? 100. It's like, man, those percentages are crazy.
I got them sunk in, so we'll see.
How about challenge for the monthly close would be to reclaim the Angular, the 2022 Angular. I thought about it because I had a line on SPY, and today we also broke SPY also broke its uptrend that started in 2022. In the end, on the same day as Bitcoin, when Bitcoin fell below 90K or 92, it really broke that uptrend that started at 15K and at 25K. And SPY did the same stuff. It closed a few candles below October 2022's breakout retest uptrend. End of the inflation bear. Gave an angle up, right? And we lost that, backtested as resistance even on the 20 November, put a low and all. But today, with Thanksgiving FOMO, well, it's back above it, and I guess on the 5-15 minute, you're pulling back currently to hold above 6,800, 680 on SPY. So if Bitcoin, it makes sense, no, that Bitcoin also reclaims that uptrend. So I think it's around 92. Depends how you draw your Angular, but I guess it's a reasonable target for the monthly close, yeah. Because if it's Thanksgiving tomorrow and Friday is like not a big volume day, then this is already about the monthly close, huh? Like today's pump of 3% on Bitcoin might end up closing the monthly higher. And it lines up on the monthly chart too with the 92 monthly level from December of last year, December 2024. Bitcoin pumped to 108, got rejected and came back down, and it closed the monthly at 93. So I think that's the goal for bulls. It's closed the monthly above 92, 93. It would make it less of a structure break. Well, less probable that the structure breaks. Like turn the monthly into a more bullish candle than what it currently looks like. Show us a big wick with a reaction below 90K. Because then you could expect December to retest 108, right? If we have a bullish candle pattern here, maybe December is then more likely to test the highs, so 108.
Oh, damn. What did I miss?
Thanksgiving pump.
Thanksgiving pump. All right.
Yeah. Especially on legacy. It's helping crypto. But crypto is yet to do, I mean, it's yet to show off and do something. Like either dump pump, I don't know, but we're less volatile than NASDAQ today, so.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's really, if you zoom out, it's really not much, right? But I mean, yeah, hitting 90K, breaking that 90K barrier on Bitcoin is nice though. Good start. ETH looks like it's doing pretty well, helping out the alts a little tiny bit.
It's actually red today, if on the Bitcoin pair. Yeah, like Bitcoin pumped more than ETH today. Look, Bitcoin is up 3.5% currently. ETH is up 4%. Never mind. All right. Well, but still, the ETH BTC is red on the daily.
Yeah, almost 4% on ETH. Let's just see if it holds though, man. That's the key feature that we haven't been able to do lately. We haven't been able to hold any pumps whatsoever.
Well, everything is going up since Friday. Well, last Friday. Or? I mean, not everything, but most big caps are going up since Friday. And you see how it puts high, low, high, low, high, low 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Like it just, it's like it's a pause for wrecking longs, because you could have longed this anytime, even today, right? As long as you put your stop loss just a little bit below the previous low, but you never got stopped out. So it's the same. It was the same on the way down, right? You could have shorted it any time, as long as you had your stop loss just above the previous high. You wouldn't have been stopped out all the way till. But even here, you probably still wouldn't be stopped out, right? Because your stop loss would be like at 3060 on ETH. Right? But yeah, time. Well, yeah. I mean, it dropped so much that you probably would have pulled it down and you got stopped out maybe 2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for something much bigger than this, man. I need a pump, you know what I mean? Some stuffing, some turkey stuffing kind of pump.
Yeah,
That
same
would be a
here. That
decent pump.
it's what I mean by crypto has to show off and do something for trading volume to go up and people to be interested in selling, buying. 'Cause even bulls here, like it doesn't feel like FOMO, right? I mean, maybe it is. I don't know, but
Nah, this
back
is not
off.
FOMO. Not yet. When I first started
100K,
trading, hmm?
100K could be very different, right? You might see some massive sells or buys at 100 because it's the psychological 6 digits, right?
Well, that's why I wanted to ask D, because I know he said if we didn't hit that 100K, well, 100K 500, then a lot of the macro players would be out, they'll be out on the but does that mean they're out on the side? I mean, is it still, what if we go back over 100K and we hold and we start, not
But the harm
rocketing,
is
but
done. It's too late.
the
My
macros,
opinion,
yeah, it's
the harm.
broken, but is there
Yeah,
any way to fix that? Like, can we smack a band-aid on it and be
yeah.
like, all right,
Break 108.
108?
Break. Yeah.
What makes 108 significant?
But it's the previous all-time high. It's the structure, right? So now that you have a bear market and it's confirmed, what's holding it below is price. It's just price, right? Forget bull bear. It's just price. We have higher high at 126, but the previous high was 108, all the way from December 2024, right? Like 1 year ago, Bitcoin double topped at 108, and that sent it down to 75, right? And here we double, triple top at 124. It sends it down again to 75, well, to 80K, but that's coming too. Well, probably in 3 months, 6 months, we'll see the break of 75. But that's what would make macro people be like, damn, our weekly signal was wrong. It's if price goes above 108, because then you don't have bearish market structure anymore. It's more of a we like new all-time highs is likely to probability change, right? Like if you're in a downtrend here, um, you're not supposed to be able to go above 108. Yeah, it's not a downtrend anymore if it goes above 108.
It would be a
It's
deviation.
yeah, you could deviate, but the same stuff, right? Close a weekly above 108, confirm it by closing again a weekly at 108, and then you might want to change your mind. At that point, Bitcoin will already be topping at 150, though. But yeah, if you want to, yeah, it's it's what 75 is what protects the structure for bulls currently, but it's the same for bears. They need to protect 108. Well, actually, you could say even 126, right? Because it's the all-time high, right? So you could just say bear market started, as long as Bitcoin is below all-time highs, it's going down, right? So I'm even taking a bet by saying 108 and not 126, right? Yeah, maybe that's the bet transfer. It's 126. Like the only thing that would make it change is an all-time high. But 108 is enough though, because it means that your topping structure is invalid. Because that's the topping structure here. It took Bitcoin like took it more than a year to top on that macro time frame.
Yep. It just sucks because I just got back from getting my cut, and I saw my alerts going off, notifications going off. So I just finally jumped in, and it's like one of those moments where, you know, if I don't take profits here, you know, we drop down like way down, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But at the same token, it's like I'm gonna stick to my conviction. You know, this is not a relief. It just, if I can buy back lower, then yeah, it would be nice to take some profits here. So it's one of those like 50-50 things. Like, should I, you know, pull what I can get here, get a nice lower price, or potentially miss the relief rally, which I'm not really trying to do. So I don't think I'm going to do that.
But we don't need to catch it with 100% all in, right? That really, Freddy. And oh, by the way, it's being anticipated. It's the reason why price goes up currently. Man, people anticipate everything in crypto. You know? We anticipate the bull run. We anticipate the halving. We anticipate the end of the bull run, and now we're anticipating a really Freddy, right? I think it's normal because price pulled 30+% down, right? So it just technically needs to go back up in order to take another 30% down dip, right? Just for market makers not to be bankrupt, because they'd probably end up bankrupt if Bitcoin just fell 50% down in a single candle, like what happened on 1010 on alts, huh? But yeah, because of because of 1010, because of this down move, we take more risks, and it's a mistake, in my opinion. But I'm on the same boat as you. Higher risk than usual.
Yeah, I did a pretty decent job at bringing my average somewhat down, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, no, you're right, Zusi. I mean, the best trade is no trade sometimes, right? But me personally, like, I have to ride this all in back up. You know what I mean? Like, I can't afford. Let's say I was to take profits here, and I'm hoping for a lower price to jump back in, and this thing rallies up a bit. I can't afford missing that because of the situation I'm in.
Which one is more painful, right? Is it more painful to sell and see it pump, or is it more painful to not buy and see it pump, or is it more like?
So I've experienced both. I've experienced both, and I'm kind of in the situation I'm at now, that I'm in currently, because of your first option of selling and missing pump, right? That was way back. That's kind of what got me to sell, wait for a better entry, and missing probably the best pump we've had for the year on certain altcoins or ether. Just call it ETH for now. So because of that, I bought in too late, and then I kept, you know, ever since then I've had to bring my average down to play catch up, right? So had I just bought in wherever that price was at currently and rode the pump up and then sold, I would have been in much better standing. I would have been losing profits. I would have been losing from the profits I made rather than from my own investment, if that makes sense. So me personally, I see it better to, you know, not try to get too greedy and catch the fallen knife if you can't, than to miss the whole rally and pump up altogether. But that's my experience, not financial advice.
You know, for a solid structure to bounce up from, we need like a bottoming formation. During a sell-off, you're not gonna get those. Right? Like Bitcoin isn't just gonna put a lower low and go back up. It will put a higher low and go back up. It's odd, but bull markets tend to try to stop out longs, while bear markets tend to stop out shorts. Right? So well, I guess it's the motivation in leverage wreckage. So when you look at downtrends, the bottoming structures are more often high lows. And when you look at uptrends, they're more often lower lows. So it would be a bad thing if Bitcoin didn't go down to below 80K here to stop out people. Like for me, it would be bullish. If now I'd get wrecked again, but I guess I'll
Sorry, I
have
missed that.
something.
Get wrecked doing what? What do you mean?
Um, for this for the rescue boat, I'd rather have Bitcoin just go straight up like it is currently. But for longer
Seriously, I think
term,
everybody would want that, aside from the freaking bears in the chat that's been lurking on us, right?
yeah, but it see that it would technically it would be more bullish if we don't do that, right? If we put a nice even a lower low to stop out longs.
But why would you want to stop out longs though? I mean,
Because it's what bull markets do. Bull markets stop out longs before impulsing up. If you
you're
don't
right.
stop out
Yeah.
longs, then you're gonna impulse less up, right? Well, it'll be more about stopping out shorts, right? Because that's what it tries to do during a bear market.
So where's
So
the outweighed liquidity sitting currently in, from your perspective? Obviously Dbloc is zoomed in on his charts. I can't really see much, but I know you have that, right? Where do you see more liquidity, to the upside or to the downside currently?
I don't know, man. I have no clue where liquidity is.
Yeah, I gotta
I
open
know
up.
where the order book orders are, but people give people call liquidity for a lot of stuff. It has different meanings, right?
I'm just talking about like 100x leverage,
Yeah,
degens.
liquidation levels. That's some
Yeah, yeah.
sort of liquidity too. But people went long today. You know, funding rates were negative yesterday. Then I went to sleep. I woke up, came back home, and now they're all positive. It's positive on ETH, it's positive on Bitcoin, it's negative on Mantle, and it's positive on Solana. So yeah, people longed. So I guess liquidity is where this impulse started from. Well, liquidations are lower than where this started from. But we left. Actually, no, we didn't leave much up there, right? What we left is all the way to 108. Like that's no retest to the upside, right? Straight down, straight down, straight down. So I think this can go up to 108, but there's gonna be
That's what I
so
wanted
much.
to hear.
Yeah, but wait, it's easy to say it's gonna go to 108. The question is how low before we do that, right? For all I know, the answer could be 74. It doesn't have to be the low. The low doesn't have to be already in the chart. And I'm not thinking just about this weekend, right? More like December, January, February.
Yeah, I'm just playing around, man. I'm just picking your brain. I want to see where you stand. Try to put your arm in each way, see which way you reach for. Sounds like you're bullish to me, Zusi.
But yeah, but it's because I'm biased. I mean, you know, I saw my account go up, and now it's not good. Yeah. so yeah, price going up could help that. Although not as much. Like it won't. Even if we go to 130, the harm is done. It's about rebuilding now, scalping again, then turning it into a swing.
It's a good start, man. Let me throw some gym clothes on. I'm gonna get ready for the gym real quick. I'll be right back, Zusi. I'll take my pre-workout and chat up with you a little bit before I head out.
I see you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's going on, everybody? Give me 1 second to finish setting up.
Damn, Zeusy. I left you with the charge for 5 minutes. Thought you wanted to take out the longs. What happened?
Hmm?
Looks like we got a nice little pump on top of the pump.
What's the word, Discord?
What's up, D?
Chilling.
It's holding, right? The pump is holding for now.
For now.
Yo,
Yeah.
for Mog, I don't know if you were on earlier, but I see an inverse head and shoulders, like pretty clearly.
I like that crypto bic. Yeah, I got it open. I'm just happy that the whatever little tiny pump we
Do,
got
do,
is holding.
do you see the inverse head and shoulders though, or is it just me? 'Cause it looks like it would pump to like if it plays out, which it looks like it's already starting to about 34. It's like
Right
one
now,
of the cleanest inverse head and shoulders that I've seen on most charts.
yeah, I zoomed out a bit. I can see it. I can see it.
We continued to sell off stables last night. That's good. So we were looking at this SR flip on our dry powder bag, on our collective dry powder bag, and we said above that SR flip we sweep licks. Below that SR flip, we can continue the relief rally. We took out the low, so that's good. People spent stables today. So far, that's decent. Let's check the stablecoin supply to the banks. Yep. Uptick from deposits from banks to stables. Fresh money coming in. So as far as our money supply goes, it looks pretty healthy right now. Like to see us take out this lower high on fresh stables. But yeah, this is fiat coming into the system. New money, new money. You know those jail videos where all the guys are behind bars and then the new guy comes in and they're like, "Ooh, fresh fish." That's how I feel when I see new fiat coming in. I'm like, "Ooh, mines." Da 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 da. Our little alt selection is doing okay, I guess. Nothing crazy. Maybe like what, 3-4%, 3-4%ers, something like that. Not bad. Good start. Let's put it like that. But nothing to get crazy about just yet. Unemployment numbers came out lower. That was a bit of a surprise. It's also a bit of a surprise that, if I'm not mistaken, my percentage for a cut didn't really drop off of that. I mean, not talk out of school. Let me make sure.
I think it went up. I think we're at like 86 almost.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Hey.
Wait, what was that? I missed it even.
The chance for the rate cut. So you see our big gap in the VPVR that we were talking about. If we were able to get up through there, as soon as it readjusts, there we go. Yeah, I always tell you that quick moves, moves through those vector gaps are usually pretty quick. Right? We looked at the order book yesterday. We saw how thin the order book was. And there's no volume at all in this range. So those moves through those gaps tend to be pretty quick when you get them. But, and a big but, it works in both directions. Right? So if that doesn't hold, so what we want to do is push away. And I think one of those. My bad. I'm still drinking coffee. My brain's not all the way there, so I might replace some words with sound effects.
We want Binks, man.
Big binks, big binks. Managed to hold it together. Did let me see? Was this this was U.S. right? UK shot the bed. We needed UK to hold to remain bullish, but at the very least, they held that SR flip. Pretty impressive how much buy pressure came in, even though it wasn't enough to send. Right, we stayed stuck, but we always had big wicks underneath that support.
Milo.
Very nice.
All I know is that I'll be able to enjoy my Thanksgiving a little bit more peacefully if we can just kind of chill around here, maybe
You
go
could
up a little
just
bit
kind of
more.
hold it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, being
Yeah.
at the lows when there's like an event, like either like a holiday or something like that, is always scary because it's like, man, what are they gonna do?
So, Bick, how's that little crypto thing you've been up to? That's one of the,
Just
that's
got
when
your
you start
head
getting those
down.
questions and shit. So, how's that little crypto thing you're doing? To be fair though, guys, yeah, this is great. You know, we avoided breaking, but we are still inside that bearish channel. So let's get above 9112 before we start to feel any sort of relief here. Hate to be the dark cloud on the parade, but we gotta stay focused. Continuation from ETH would be great. I mean, it's there on most assets. So you just have to invalidate it. Now, to be fair, I don't see this as a bull flag. Just a bearish channel break. It's already too long. Your only viable pull would be here. You could only pull the pull from here, pause. But that flag's already too long. So, bearish channel, not a bearish flag, which is good because the bear flag would have a crazy measured move on it.
On a bigger time frame, we do break out a bull flag.
I like Zeus's idea better. Put on our visible range.
Huh? What idea?
Where is it? Really got to push from here. Was that 1 hour vector gap? So we've shrunk that already. There. Almost at the measured move for our W. Not quite yet. One more push. One more push would get us there. So this is the time where the bulls take one for the team and they close all their long positions to keep us from sweeping, and then it sends us, right? That's usually what happens. Or do they hold on to these long positions and stare the train right in the face as it rolls them over?
But we're protected, don't worry.
All right, let me top off this caffeine. I'll be right back.
I mean, cells are being absorbed for now, so
She's chugging along.
All right, we're back. Yeah, this username shit on YouTube is horrible, bro. I don't know whose bright idea that was. Come on, you can do it. Just looking for my target one for right now. Measured move if we get this break to the top side. Because this is our target. These measured moves are meant measured moves off diagonal patterns are meant to be placed where the candle breaks the trend line. I just don't like putting it on the candle because it covers the candle, but the measured move would take us exactly to exactly up to target.
Alpha percent pump.
Breakdown would bring us all the way back through that void though.
But we went straight down from 90 to 80k, and I guess that's a little move. Especially that 90 to 80, 86, yeah. Bloop, straight down. Bloop, straight up. Oh, you want to do it twice? Another straight down, another straight up.
I would prefer not to, but we don't make the rules around here. Unfortunately. Yeah.
You see that perp volume you have? So you have descending volume since the rise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you take a second to check it on BTC USDT? Instead of .p? Because it's going to be a bit different story. There, you see the big cells there? Massive cells that got absorbed. So that's why I feel confident having my stop loss above all the reds. Because I want to be wrong quickly, right? Because you see, it was as big as the buys at support, right? So they bought at 87, like big buys at 87.8. That's the biggest volume bar, right? And then those people sold. They're out. You see, very different than on perpetuals, right?
Still couldn't drop price though.
Yeah, yeah. Absorption, right?
So
I think it's legacy, right? Because legacy is freaking high. They're at golden pocket of their 5% down move because it's all it did, right? It dropped 5%. Well, 6%, yeah. So I dropped 6%. And they pumped back up harder.
Let's take a look at our original setup here. Really nothing I had to stop except for 9,300. I mean 93k, 1.3.
So I'm confused because you know, I'm still not sure which volume I should look at because between perp and spot. So what it means is that longs on perp protected by absorbing the sellers on spot. So the idea of take your short, dump the market failed, right? So if people took shorts on spot, on leverage, and then dumped Bitcoin to try to send it down, market whale bought it and prevented stop losses from being triggered and cascading down to where they started from. So in the end, looking at spot is important too, right? Spot volume.
Yeah, it's just the amount of volume that comes through there typically, isn't it? Push break.
Yeah, usually it's not like that. Usually the spot isn't significant, but here there's something going on. You can't bring price down if you don't sell enough on spot, and they dropped 1,000 Bitcoin there. and it couldn't break. So now, you have to drop another 1,000, and it will break. But maybe they can close their shorts, and we're gonna see funding rates pump back up.
That's right now, DJ.
Thing.
Bro, they could just leave our liquidity pipelines alone. That would be great. Of all places to have an active shooter. Let's just walk right up to the liquidity faucet and let off some shots. It sounds like a great idea. Oh shit. Wait, is it on two fronts, the Treasury and the White House? I gotta turn the news on. Hold on. Just find it disrespectful that as we're starting to pump, that the world can't just like be normal for a couple days. Just lay off of the crazy for a couple days. That's a lot of police sirens, bro. That shit makes my bones itch. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. What is normal anymore? Thanksgiving rally? Shit. Well, we've already been stuffed. Only thing left to do is push us in the oven. At this point, maybe a nice, calm, sideways Thanksgiving is exactly what everybody needs. Just give us a day give us a day that's so sideways that we don't even have to look at the chart. Just eat dinner and chill with the fam. I'll tell you one thing, if this thing is looking froggy during Thanksgiving, there's gonna be a lot of distractions. I know I'm gonna have my phone on at the table. More like a chicken head. Breakout failed. We're putting in an M pattern. They're about to rip it. You could take the bearish breakdown of the descending wedge as well. Wanted to break. Looking target 1. More importantly, though, it brings us down through that gap that we were looking at. Validated that. Here. Our target 1. 200 EMA could cause a little bit of a Could cause a little bit of a reversal, but volume has to kick in. And here's your last volume gap. So let's see. 200 EMA, look for volume to come in. We should retest the break here and see if we really meant it. Definitely not a wasted pump if y'all were able to shave a little bit off of some alts. What the alts do? Was this mostly Bitcoin? %9 on Brett, guns. Yeah, for the most part. 2-3% on alts on average. Here goes the retest of our break. You want to be accepted back into this range. So it should be pretty volatile today, guys. This drop down helped the bullish structure. If we change our downtrend here, and then we clone our downtrend, the last little bit of hope that bulls can hold on to here. Guys trying to paint us a little picture here. Paint us a little bull flag here, are you? Are you? Good. Come on, market maker. They don't deserve any vectors, like for real. Retail can't get a little pat on the back, a little attaboy.
No.
Apparently not.
No.
Literally, retail just recovered all of those vectors from market maker, and they can't get a little sweet treat. Diaries. A little bit more, we invalidate that M pattern. So it's so choppy, bro. We got to get above 9002. They said that shit was by the White House, but they're showing the map, and that's at least 13, 14 blocks away. That's why I wanted to see it, because it felt like it was two different locations for a second. Come on.
YouTube is giving me an advertisement for roomy pouch underwear.
What?
Explore our roomy pouch undies.
Woony? Woony, you selling undies on my channel, bro?
Roomy pouch.
Oh, Rooney.
Roomy.
We can't have Woony in here shilling draws.
Roomy pouch.
See why we can't have shilling on this channel? Now YouTube chat wants Woony draws. That would make 2 Discord members that sell underwear. That's a pretty high average for a regular group. The other day I was watching a channel and I saw a commercial for Richard Mill. I was like, oh shit. Okay, YouTube thinks y'all got some paper. I like it. Alright, we're about to invalidate this M pattern here.
Dbloc, where is your sentiment at? Like, is it still a if this then that type of scenario with your red track on the weekly?
So we're far from changing that. We need to get above the 50 on the weekly before any of that changes. we would
So for
still
right now, you're
just be on a bit of a relief of the red path.
yeah. So this is a relief bounce here.
Hmm. Not the relief bounce that we're sort of looking for, hopefully, because this would be very lackluster if this is all we get.
Mm.
But just a bit
I
of
did
seller
swing at
exhaustion.
some alts, but I took profit already. Crazy. I'm thinking like for the next, so in my mind, am I thinking this wrong? Like, so for the next 4 years, these prices for altcoins will be like either this or 90% lower than
The
this?
next year, not even 4 years, just the next year.
Oh, just the next year.
Yeah, the next 4 years, they should be back up to where they are now. If your alt's not completely dead, you know what I mean?
Just 1 year?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have it in my head that it's 4 years per thing?
Because of the 4 year cycle, people forget that the bear market is only a year long.
Oh. Oh my god.
A year of drop, a year of consolidation, 2 years of pumping.
Oh.
Usually how it works.
My god, I was like telling my girl, I was like, I'm gonna be old the next month.
God, if we had to wait another 4 years just to hit bottom, yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's what I thought. Dbloc. Oh man. Okay. So just accumulate then for a year. I could do that.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell they went. Where the hell are my liquidations at?
Have you
And why
checked
won't
up
they
your butt?
show? I don't know where you keep things, but let me try to open it.
Apparently, Rooney pouches.
Did I tune into Dbloc after hours? Am I in the wrong time
Early
zone?
hours, but we're early.
Crypto liquidation.
1:21 p.m. where I am, or a.m. What's going on?
Sorry, I'm loopy. I've got a cold.
Hey, we got the heat map back. All right. Cool. We'll throw our order blocks on the screen so you can just see the fight. Still have not invalidated that M pattern. Yeah, they've been spoofing orders all day, Theldrick. But I'm just sort of paying attention to existing order blocks, leftover order blocks from prior moves, right? Like our tops order block we just left on that dip. I don't know, but we just opened the government back up. If they could hurry the hell up over there with whatever they're doing, because we got shit to do.
I've been watching metal detecting YouTube videos, and now I'm obsessed. And he's just metal detecting on the beaches, finding treasure.
Yeah, we
And
used
I'm
to go
like,
to the clubs on the beach, and then after the club, we'd go to the beach to just chill and watch the sun come up. And as the sun come up, you would see an army of metal detectors make their way to the beach. Like literally, as the sun is coming up, you're seeing them coming over the hills with their shit.
that's so funny.
Because it's South Beach, right? So it's like watches, rings, all. I mean, it's a very
Dang.
busy beach, and it's big money. So the shit
Wow.
that you can find there is, yeah, all types of gold and
Dang, yeah.
keys and all types of shit. I'm sure.
These are my local beaches, so Malibu and Laguna Beach, and they're finding some cool things.
There we go, market maker. Jesus, took you long enough. Takes us a little pat on the back. You want retail to keep doing the thing, you got to give them a reward. All right, we still have the fear from dropping underneath this, right? That still gives us the measured move through that gap, but we've invalidated that M pattern for now. Let's take a look at where this bull flag can take us. Yeah, I'm not pulling that measured move. It's bullshit. Not gonna do it. But we'll put it up on the screen so you can see what the chart says anyways.
That looks like a Bart Simpson waiting to happen.
Yeah. Let me fix this. They're playing with people right now is what they're doing. Yeah, you had to go down on whenever if you're on high time frames, guys. Like if you're on like You're finding a flag on small time frames, and you go to the 15-minute. Right, people will want to come and like take the entire flag, right? They'll do shit like this. That's gonna get you into trouble. You don't want to get into the habit of doing that. Right? Take the most conservative flagpole that you can. SMS with the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. W super chat. Brow, 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 brow. You're welcome, brother. Thanks for your support. I'm gonna have to take out that order block to convince me. Cause that light lower high isn't gonna cut it. That's the delta of orders that was in that order block. Right, so this order block had 5 Bitcoin negative delta, meaning the bears were in control of this order block. This order block had a plus 16.
It's the minus 77. That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The other
That
two
most
were
of
like
that had to
almost
come.
unbalanced. Right?
Most of that had to come from the sweep. I'm guessing though. Forced shorts forced to close.
But no, those are buys.
No, I'm saying what offset it. It should have been worse in my opinion.
Oh.
I think that should have been way bigger. But the shorts that covered gave us that relief. Cleared those vectors. We were looking at the order book last night, right? The order book is really thin to both directions. Look, this is where we're
not
at on
anymore.
price. No, look. This is where we're at on price. 95.2 is the next big order to the top. To the bottom, not as bad. But if we slip underneath 88, 85 is a pretty straight shot if we get enough aggression. Same to the top side. If we get some aggressive buys, they could slip this book to 95. But we need some hardcore aggression. Big money.
It's order book of different exchanges aggregated, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then okay. Because on Binance, we have plenty resistance now, just on Binance Spot. There's plenty of orders. It's not empty like it used to be. Now it's empty to the downside, but to the upside, there's plenty of orders that appeared. Like earlier, it could have been an easy bounce, but now it's that changed. You have resistance at 98, at 97.5, 97, 96, 95, 95.5. Like they put orders all over the place. There's at least 2,000 Bitcoin above us just to get to 100. And then if you count support, well, you're not gonna find 2,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But there's plenty too, but it's less. Yeah. 80K is like big level. And then 75 also. But to the upside, it's much more, it's a mess. There isn't like a single strong sell level where everybody is okay, this is resistance, that's what we need to protect. It's a bit messy. Interesting, there's nothing at 108. Like 108 is completely empty.
I appreciate that, Anthony. Yeah, I got some sleep last night, bro. Got some good rest last night.
So Wall Street is gonna close in half an hour. They're 1.5% away from a new all-time high, but it's gonna be a challenge not to have a lower high here. Yeah, it's too soon to. I think it's too for me. It's too soon to go in price discovery again, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
The one I'm using, Jacob, is Swing Points and Liquidity by Leviathan. But I did some pretty heavy editing to it. I took a lot of the shit off. I just wanted something that would help YouTube visualize order blocks. We always talk about them, but we never have them up on the screen. Order blocks are just the points at which your support and resistance are created. Right? The reason we have support resistance lines are because of the order blocks that remain unmitigated at those levels.
But Tesla back at 420. COVID all-time high.
You know, there used to be a time where Tesla at 420 would be an automatic Elon tweet.
But this would be a good time to manipulate crypto. We need it. We really need it. Thanksgiving, low institution participation. Well, maybe it can easily be dumped and pumped. Like you said, the order book is thin.
Yeah.
All we need is a signal. Tell us to buy.
That's the open interest delta, that number. Right? That lets you know how many buys and sells. Was it delta neutral like here, right? Every buyer found the seller, every seller found the buyer. Or was it negative or positive? It just lets you know a little bit of what the sentiment is like at those levels. You can also switch it though. If you're more interested in, say, volume than OI, then you can switch your OI off and just look at volume. Right? How many buyers stepped in, or how many market participants, I should say, stepped in on each level. The amount of
It's
Bitcoin
negative
moved.
for the day, no?
We should leave it on volume, actually.
You know, it's negative for the day. the daily time frame, that delta?
Musa, you
The
want a face
aggregated
reveal?
delta.
I guess we've been through a lot. We could do a face reveal. Like family now, right? What's up, guys? Your friendly neighborhood Dbloc. Well, I appreciate that. My mother says I'm handsome. She don't lie. Laboo block, I'm dead. Nah, let's not make that a thing. Let that die right here before it catches legs.
Did you renew your trading view?
No, but I will do that today. Actually, let me put a little post-it note to make sure, because I said I would do it yesterday and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't forget a big sale on trading, you guys, if that's something you want to do, or if you're already on a subscription with the deal, remember you have to renew or it will renew you at full prices. It goes until Cyber Monday, right? Am I wrong?
Nah, 2 days. There's 2 days left.
It's only 2 days left. All right, there's only 2 days left, guys. Get it done if you want to get it done. Don't hesitate.
Yeah, 2 days in a couple hours. Dude, I chugged my pre-workout and I'm sitting here all jittery and shit, trying to see what's going to happen.
Bro, the other day I OD'd on the pre-workout and it started storming out of like nowhere. I was like, bro, I'm not going to the gym. And I sat home all jittery and shit on the charts.
Oh, that's the worst, man.
It's the
Yeah, I gotta
worst,
find a way
bro.
to get rid of it.
You do.
I can't
I
just sit there.
cleaned. I just ended up cleaning and shit. Like, all right, I'm gonna use this energy for something.
Nah, bro, I'm leaving the charts in your hand. I have faith. I'm headed to the gym. I'll be back.
All right, bro. I mean, our liquidity in the U.S. kind of just comes to a stop around Thanksgiving. I mean, around the world, not so much, right? This is like a U.S. only thing for the most part. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be pretty dead unless the world wants to jump in and help us out.
Not the world, the Saudis.
Whoever. I'm not partial. Anybody can take whoever wants to take the wheel tomorrow, go right ahead. Because Americans are gonna be busy getting fat. Might not be a bad idea to have a little Thanksgiving thing tomorrow, man. You know, we've all been through a lot of shit during this year. And I know that morale is low, but days like Thanksgiving, it is a good idea to think back and sort of quantify all the things that we're thankful for, sort of put things into perspective. Yeah, TradingView Black Friday is great. That's what a real sale is, right? A real sale is like when something goes on discount that you were gonna buy anyways. Like that's a real sale. All that other shit where you end up buying stuff you don't need just because it's on discount, like that's not a sale. You spent money you weren't planning on moving, spending in the first place. I'm thankful for a lot, bro. Thankful for family. I'm thankful for my trading rules that kept me safe through some of the nastiest work that I've seen pulled on the market within a short period of time. Thankful for y'all. Definitely thankful for the community. Thankful for a lot. Family's healthy. I woke up. But yeah, definitely thankful for y'all, man. This community isn't this way by mistake. You know, I've been in other crypto communities and you can jump around YouTube and go in a bunch of different chats. And let's just be kind and say shit's different here, you know? So I don't know if you guys come in and are just on your best behavior here and then you go wild out everywhere else, or if we just managed to collect a really good group of people. Makes a difficult job easier.